Hey Libras, and welcome to your July 2018 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing for your energy, Libras. It feels like a wonderful surprise for you, and it feels like a wonderful, like last minute, unexpected, nice energy which comes in for July and sort of shrouds you in some incredible experiences. Check out all of your major arcana. You have the moon, the hierophant, the star, the fool, and the hanged man. So this is definitely going to be a very memorable month for your year of 2018, I feel, with the majority of your cards being major arcana. You're going to feel very supported by the universe, I feel, this month. Even if things feel strange or difficult, there's going to be this presence around you and this presence behind you even more. So then around you, that helps you to get where you need to go. I know that you're sort of entering into July with a bit of discouragement about your power as a person, with a bit of lack of clarity about which way you're going. You know that you're going somewhere, but you're like, where am I ending up? Where is this taking me? Very transitional energy coming in. I feel that you are like going from point A to point B, but you're still like curious about what point B is. So you, at a core level, Libra, I feel in July, are meeting yourself halfway, and you're also seeing where you went wrong right off the bat. The entire month revolves around the moon reversed as your central theme, with the realization of what's not been true, the realization of what's been cloudy, the realization of what has been hidden out of view, and what your involvement in that has been. I sense Libras really taking back their power here after seeing what's been convoluted or corrupted, as there is a bit of a darker energy to me which suggests people with difficult connections or difficult callings in life. And I think that through seeing this and through seeing, okay, is my own path headed that way? Is this where I want to be? Am I like creating darkness for myself? You really start to find the light within that, because you have the moon and the star in your reading, which are both kind of darkness cards because they're both like nocturnal energies, and they're both reversed as well. So I sense Libra wanting to become more light, wanting to become more connected to the daytime energy, as you do have the Fool upright, which is very much like a sunlight diurnal type of energy. So that's so supported, Libras, to become more diurnal in your energetic constructs. And that's not even necessarily just meaning like whether you're up at day or up at night, but I do think maybe existing and thriving more during the daytime could be nice for you, and that like the nightlife may not be so wonderful this month, just as a random thing. But when energetically speaking, it's about being more active versus passive, because when you're thinking of like a nocturnal energy, it's a passive energy. It's a yin type of energy, a more feminine energy, whereas the diurnal energies are more outward, more progressive, more reaching, and more yang masculine energy. So I feel that Libra is supported in being masculine, forward, direct energy this month. You are an air sign after all. Despite Libra being ruled by Venus, you are an air sign, so you are that yang principle, but your ruling planet is a yin principle. So Libra can have both. I mean, you're the scales, you're balancing constantly. So there can be this really well-developed yin and yang concepts within Libra, which this month is perhaps maybe coming directly in with too much yin, too much like passive, too much, okay, I'll take what the world gives me and work with it. It's time for you in July, Libra, to define what you want in the world, not what the world wants in you. And I feel that that's exactly the catch of this reading, is like, define your part of the world that you want. Like, you're great at adapting to situations. You're great at pioneering and adapting, but this is a time for you to adapt the world to you, not adapt you yourself to the world, if that makes sense, if that's possible. That's just what I kept hearing. It's a good place to consider your direction, I think, for sure. But this is also a month of resting, no doubt, Libra. For some of you, I do sense a bit of a breakup energy, so disconnecting from old people. Even if there's no breakup, there's a detachment there. There's no doubt, because you're having new connections at the end of the month. So to me, that feels like you're disconnecting to prepare for that. New forms of resting this month, new forms of embarking on health journeys. Four of Swords reversed says that it's important to innovate how you're gaining energy, how you're resting, because maybe the tried and true, being in bed all day, or, doing the saunas or the yoga or whatever it is that you go to, it's like that's not working so well to rest. It feels taxing, actually. So I would think of like new and creative ways to rest your body this month for sure. But anyway, Libras, I'm going to go ahead and get into the week to week and get more specific here. In the first week of July, you have Two of Wands reversed, rooted down by the Fool. So that's all about setting out new as I drop my glasses onto the keyboard. Sorry, that was loud, you guys. Very raw, very unedited channeling here. The first week of July is about setting out anew and that pioneering energy. It makes me feel like Aries energy, which is your opposite sign. So you two can be quite similar in that way, both cardinal, forward directed energy. I think that the first week is the week for you to try the new thing, the week for you to experiment with the new person, or to make your needs clear to the people around you. There is a sense of feeling trapped and rising above that. Two of Wands reversed to me is feeling like you don't have the world in your hands. You don't have the power to make choices in your own life. And for that to be rooted down by the Fool shows how big of a desire that is for you, how big of a desire it is for you to be able to make those decisions and to be able to have autonomy. Autonomy is a big word for you this month. So what prevents autonomy in you, Libra? And ask that question, think about it for a second. And once you've realized what that is, cut it out for sure. You have that Page of Swords energy, and I feel that this is very much a rebirth of the air energy within you. So becoming much more youthful and vibrant, relating to, those air principles. So your cognitive abilities, logical experiences, your formula, your life's formula, that's being reborn within you through cutting out these things which take away your autonomy. So there will be some things which may feel difficult to cut out, though, because when you, and that's sort of right in the third week as well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but with Four of Swords reversed, there's a desire to maintain rather than cut out, because you're in resting mode, and it's too taxing to think about what changes the cutting out process brings. But I think that, Libra, with the Hanged Man also in your reading, now is as good of a time as any, if you know that you've needed to do that. Is it the best thing to just completely impulsively, spontaneously cut things out? Maybe not, but for those of you who have been yeah, I need to get out of this situation for since March, at least, it's a go-ahead, I feel in this energy for sure. In the second week of July, you have the Star reversed, rooted down by the Hierophant reversed. So what is your life comprised of? What are you making a goal? What's even a spiritual shift could be happening there. You might just not feel that connected to the universe, but it's when that happens that the universe shows itself. It's sort of like a catch-22 there for sure for you all, because on one hand with the Hierophant reversed, it's okay, what am I doing? What's the bigger picture here? Where's the higher power, and what does it want with me? Whereas the Star reversed to me is a finding of that, because through maybe being difficult with yourself, the Star is all about the self relationship and prioritizing yourself, being healthy with yourself. Through the reversal of that, you come very close into contact with the universe, and I feel get a lot of signs relating to how you can change that, how you can start to prioritize yourself. So keep an eye out for that in the second week. What do I want to do? Where do I want to be? What feels like it would make me feel better? And have I tried this before? Has it not worked before? Is it new? Because you don't want to get caught in a pipe dream, yeah, that's what's going to make me feel better, but it's actually a grass is greener on the other side type of thing. And I don't think that's going to be very realistic for you this month. I don't feel like Libra is too caught up in that type of complex, but it's always good to use the past as wisdom when it comes to that type of thing. So yeah, second week, just look around, feel yourself, feel what you're wanting, feel what you're desiring, and ask yourself why you're not letting yourself have it, and can you reach for that. Third week, Libra, Page of Swords, rooted down by Four of Swords reversed. That's, I feel really one of the strongest weeks for you, because that's where the cutting happens. That's where the disconnect comes in, and you may need a bit of time to recover from that, but not long, because you're moving straight into the fourth week. Two of Cups, rooted down by the Hanged Man, kind of at least out of that completely drained phase. So meeting someone new, for those of you who are single and looking very possible in the fourth week. Understanding yourself at a deeper level than you have before, so easy in the fourth week. Look at yourself in the mirror, spend some time reflecting, spend some time looking at yourself, and see, it feels like there'll be more clarity than usual during that time to understand what you lost or understand what you took away from yourself. And through that, you'll see what you actually want, because that's a lot of time. Like when we don't know what we want, if we're like, I don't know what I want in life, I've got to like juggle this a lot, I'm just kind of going through. Sometimes when we take away from ourselves, it makes us be really unclear about what we actually ever wanted in the first place, because it's disjointed, you know? So definitely re-examine how you've taken from yourself in the past, and start to think about how you can give to yourself what you took away, or at least not make those same mistakes again. For some of you, the fourth week also makes you realize how much your relationship is holding you back. This isn't for everybody, but the Hanged Man with Two of Cups is like feeling very constrained by someone who you once thought was a soulmate. So I would not stretch things out longer than their shelf life entails. Sometimes short relationships are much more impactful than long-term relationships. That's not to say that all Libras in long-term relationships need to cut off their relationships. But for those of you who have been like wanting to do it, but just like not letting yourself because of like status quo things, or because of fear of how others will react, now is a supported time to do that, because you're being very held back. This could also be the other way around, though. It could be some of you wanting to make something work, choosing to hold yourself down and like, I'm going to see if this is right. And I don't feel like that's terribly bad either right now, because, again, impulsive decisions don't really see you, Libra, in a bad situation, but it'll reflect itself somehow. You'll see it and you'll like question it, but it's not necessarily bad for you, if that makes sense. So just keep that in mind, that distinction. Again, your central theme is the moon reversed, so a lot of you may be second-guessing relationships because you've found out about lies, or found out about secrets, or have been misled by someone, perhaps even yourself. It's either a self thing or it's like a close relationship thing. Don't try to hide things further from yourself this month. Confront the truth, confront people. Your energy feels rewarded through confrontation, actually, through like gentle, like real confrontation, not like anger confrontation, you know, but through being direct and like very yang energied, you make a lot of progress this month, Libra. And one way or another, the universe is here. I feel like it's guiding you, it's holding you, it's not going to let you fall throughout this situation. So remember that, and don't take it for granted, but also don't feel completely alone, even if there aren't many people around, because you are very protected. I feel your energy to be more protected than a lot of signs right now. So enjoy that. That's a nice time when you're sort of prioritized. And I'm wishing you guys much love and luck for the rest of this month. And if you haven't had the opportunity to subscribe to my channel yet, I would so appreciate that. It's really helpful for me. Like and comment on this video. It makes my day. Also, you can check the description box. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and other things as well. The links will be there. Much love, Libras. Good luck with this. You're beautiful. We'll talk soon. Bye.